So our theme this year is the past, present and future, which hopefully will naturally evolve as to what that means as we go through. I must start by a massive thank you to the sponsors. You'll notice you didn't have to actually pay anything for this event. You've got bacon rolls. If you stick around to the end, you get free beer as well. So that's a massive thank you to the sponsors that allow us to put on this event. This, I think, is the best event for NEC, not the best free event, and that's what we intended to set it up as. So obviously a special thanks to K&L Gates who allow us to come and attend their place once a year here. We've got an excellent set of presentations again today, and you've got copies of the agenda within your delegate packs. I must talk about our delegate packs. They're very snazzy this year, so you've got a very manly looking shopping bag that you're going to be walking around with. So that's the delegate pack. So you've got the full attendee list, the agenda for today, notes from the sponsors. So do have a read through that. You've got an excellent fact mat. So your golden rules for early warnings. One or two of you need to read this, okay, in particular. You've got your BuiltIntelligence pen, and, I need to unwrap the plastic on mine, but you've got the cube. So if anyone hasn't opened theirs yet, I'll just show you what you've got, because you'll be mystified. So here's our cube, and it's very handy post-it notes as well, and you've got a place for your mobile phone, so you can remember the day, okay, from the conference. So hopefully, fairly useful delegate back for you as well. So the theme of today is the past, present and the future. So we're going to start with the past, spend most of the morning thinking about the present, and then this afternoon we're going to dedicate it to the future. We've got Ian knocking around at the back there. So wave your hand, Ian. So Ian's our resident photographer from Technology Resourcing. So he'll be snapping shots during the day. And all of the presentations, we've got Stephen down at the front here. He's videoing our sessions. So we're not live today, but the videos will be recorded. And if you've seen the YouTube channel from last year, all of last year's presentations are available pretty quickly after. Tomorrow, Stephen, will you have them online? Okay, a couple of weeks. So a couple of weeks' time, they should be ready. People always want to know this, when's the next food break? Okay, so 11:05, if you have enough bacon rolls, that's our first break. We've got lunch around about 1:10, and then the drinks reception at 5:15 out in the main reception here. So genuinely, I do hope you can all stick around. Hopefully you'll find it a really interesting day. The breakout session is indicated on your name tag. So you've all got numbers, 1, 2 or 3. That is not reference to your ability of knowing NEC. So looking around, John Rayner's number 1, that definitely isn't in relation to your ability to your NEC. So it's just your breakout groups for this afternoon. So we'll talk more about that a bit later on. So it's free Wi-Fi. So KNLG at T35 for your breaks. So we'll leave that put on later on. And there's no fire alarms planned. So green exits, very obvious. So we're all the way down the stairs and out to the front of the building. So there's no planned fire alarms today. And do check your mobile phones are switched off, please. Okay, there is another conference running today. It's the EVA conference, and there was a couple of our regular attendees who were going to this instead, and they apologised. There's actually a couple of you who said you were going to this, but then said, actually, no, we're coming to your one, which I was quite pleased about. I've actually got a live link to the EVA conference, so we can see how they're getting on. Okay. Maybe their numbers will pick up a bit later on. So I wish them luck. So what's happened since last year's conference? Well, within our group, so obviously we've come off the back of this BuiltIntelligence LinkedIn group. We've been running for 5 years now. Continued growth of the group, 4,029 people within the group now. We did have our champagne moment, if you saw that a few weeks ago. Alan Jones from McDonald was our 4,000th group member. And I stupidly, when we hit 1,000, we had a bottle of champagne and chocolates, and then the 2,000th person said, hey, what about me? So then we kept it going. So it cost me another bottle this year, but it's a pleasure to obviously have to fork out that, because it's nice to see the growth of the group. We got an increased level of discussions and a really good library of good advice from the discussions that are going on within the group. And the most important thing for me is that it's self-managed by the group community. I don't consider it my group, I consider it our group. And last year, I think I had to delete 5 comments. A couple of them are yours, John. No other comments I've had to delete at all this year. So as manager of the group, it is self-managing. We've got excellent people, experts, good practitioners, enthusiastic people who just want to learn the contract. It's self-managing, and it's a great community to be part of. So just a couple of stats. We've got 4,029. It's probably a couple more now, but this was when I last did it. You can see the growth of the group is pretty impressive. And we've got about 78% of the people within the group are either senior, manager or director. It is an invite-only group. You have to ask to join. And the only real constraint is that you're not a recruiter. Sorry, technology resourcing, you're welcome. But everyone else, we kick them out of the group. And again, I think that's why the group's done so well. Because you know you're in the group. It's for real people within the industry. We also got our Reachback. So through BuiltIntelligence, we set up Reachback, which again is a free platform for you to join. And more, the LinkedIn group is a discussion forum, whereas this is a more sort of question and answer. So lots of our panel members are here in the room today. You'll see we've got 1,368 NEC contract questions that are already answered there now. So most of your questions are probably already answered, but feel free to ask your own. And one of our panel members within hours come back to you and answer your questions. We've got the app version as well. Just raise your hands if you've actually downloaded the Reachback app, if you can raise your hands. Okay. QSs, this is free. Okay. So you don't have to pay your 69p for it. Okay, you get this one for free. And if you download it, you get access to all those 1,300 questions that are within the platform. So now when you're stuck on a train, rather than playing Angry Birds or Bejeweled, you can brush up on your NEC stuff. So why wouldn't you do that? Now we will announce shortly, and John's going to be looking after this, but we're going to have some elections to increase our panel members so that we can get more questions answered quicker to the wider community. So we're going to be asking for people who are interested in being put forward for those elections. So do feel free to come and chat to me, John or Chris, on our BuiltIntelligence stand anytime during the day. And also our e-learning academy has continued to grow. So we've got 34 e-learning modules within our e-learning academy. So lots more clients, contractors are now signing up and finding this as a really good way of learning. And lots of our clients now are actually talking about taking big licenses and offering them to their supply chain. Why on earth would a client want to educate their supply chain? Well, I'll let you think about that. But really good source of learning. So this is a screenshot from just one of our modules. So each module is about 20 minutes of interactivity and then a 10-question test at the end. So this is our early warning module. Who are obliged to raise early warnings. I did think about doing a show of hands, say, oh, should we answer this one, but I don't want to embarrass anyone. The answer is number 1, just in case it wasn't clear to anyone. I flash this up once a year just to remind ourselves of why we're all here and why we set the group up in the first place. It might sound a little bit corny, but when we first set it up, this is what we were looking to achieve. A portal where people from the construction industry can share knowledge and experience to improve their management understanding of NEC contracts. And hopefully we've achieved that. Now, we've done something a bit different this year. Our nominations for Contractor and Employer of the Year were actually running in autumn. We thought it would be a good idea to take those away from the conference. So we've got the trophies on the table, and later on in the summer we'll announce when those awards will take place. So obviously you can then nominate for your either Contractor or Employer of the Year. So we're going to be doing those a bit later in the year. What I did want to do today was the Group Contributor of the Year, and also NEC3 Z Clause of the Year. And I say that with a sense of irony, hopefully you detect that, as in the bad Z Clause of the Year. The reason, I've got a presentation prepared if we get time today, but we've got quite a lot to get through. So if we don't get time, I'll announce it within the community again. But it did disturb me slightly last year when we did it. There was a few employers in the room nodding in approval and writing things down. So I didn't want to give them too much ammunition today as to, oh yeah, I'll have that one. So, but we'll see how we go. So I'm not sure if this guy's here today. I have not seen him yet, but we'll soon find out. So I'll start the session with awarding the Group Contributor of the Year. And last year we had Rob Horn, who's here and speaking, and one of our panel members, and particularly active last year. There's lots of great people who are helping within this group. But this person is a member of the community like you, prompted lots of really good discussions and contributed to some really good answers as well. So as I say, I don't know if he's here, but if he is, David Hunter from Capita, is he actually here? Okay, well we'll drink the champagne later. So I don't know if he's coming along a bit later. So David, if you notice, he's been really healthy in the discussions there. So there's a bottle of champagne for him if he pitches up. Okay. So we're calling this past, present and future. So what about the past? Well, we're going to start today with a little bit of a journey. And I confess, I don't know how this is going to go. We'll see. Welcome to our little trip back in time to a place where things are not quite as they are now. So what year do you think this might be? So this was the big film from the year, and a few of the key events that happened this year. The year of comic relief, C5s, whatever happened to them, eh? Some of the fashion from this year, looking around, some things haven't changed for some of you. Some of the music from this year, I took this from John Broom's iPad just this morning, his playlist, but otherwise it's the top 40 from this particular year. Anyone coming in now is wondering what the hell is going on, so apologies. So it's the year that Doc, as in Dr. Martin Barnes, has a vision for the future. And if anyone doesn't know, he's the one on the right. So you can imagine the Institute of Civil Engineers saying, wait a minute, you're telling me you're going to write a new form of contract? And this was Doc's response. So, any offers? What year? Anyone shout out? 84? No, close. The year is indeed 1985. And we're going to go back to that very year. We're going to go back to that very year.
Is this the right way to the site? Anybody?
Hi, anybody out of you? What are you doing on my site? Who's out of you?
I'm the client, you know.
Oh, sorry. Right, hi, Richard, I'm the contractor building this thing of you. All right? Yeah, you still got your fingers, mate. Don't worry, all right. What's your problem?
Well, it's just as well I come to site, Dale. I'm having a look around here. All your resources are sat on the backside. I'll tell you what, I don't like this motley lot here either. They're not looking like I'm doing very much today, are they?
Well, we're just getting on with the job, okay? But don't worry, we're on the case.
Oh, I'm glad I caught you.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how you price this job?
Well, we had a good look. You know, we sharpened the pencils, if we have to say. Yeah, the estimator did a bit, and then the managing director took a little bit more off, and then we thought we'd really want to get this one, but we'll be right. Yeah, no worries. No worries.
So you basically underpriced it then, did you?
Couldn't possibly comment, but to be honest, we think we'll get the money back. Don't worry, we'll be all right. No problem. We'll get a few VA. Actually, I don't know about if any of you looked at it, but we thought it was a little bit undermeasured on the excavation stuff. So we got pretty good rating for excavation. We'll be all right.
Oh, I see. Right. That's just as well. I've got a whole gaggle of QSs in, mate.
All right.
Yeah. Who do you think you're kidding? Eh? We'll sort you out
We'll see
later
how that
on.
goes. We'll see how that goes. So, cool, you can ask about the contracty stuff. What's this contract like? What we do?
Oh yes, what contract are we using? You know.
Well, hang on, you're the client. You're supposed to know that, mate. You're the
I'm
one
too
who's
busy
sending out
for
to
that.
tender.
I've just come from a Wham concert.
Yeah, I know you come from away.
For God's sake. God almighty. What do you think I do? Golf? I've got to play golf. All sorts of stuff.
Anyway, JCT, mate. JCT contract.
JC, what does that stand for?
Any ideas, anybody? I don't know, mate. My QS, he's got to be a bit of a joker. Any QS is in the room? Bit of a joker. He calls it just cobbled together, but it's not true. It's just somebody's idea. Although apparently the T stands for tribunal, and we're quite good at those. We're okay.
Oh, I see. Anyway, have you got a copy?
Copy?
Yeah, well, I want to have a look.
I'm the flipping construction manager. I don't need a contract, for God's sake.
Well, you must have a copy somewhere. I can have a look at, sure.
QS might have one. Hang on, just a minute. Just hang on there. Let's have a look. Oh, God, blimey, what's this? I don't know what that is. Oh, God, I can't get the bottom drawer open. Oh, there it is. Contract, mate. Let's have a look, see what that's all about. Any ideas?
Let's have a look.
Have a look. You take that away and see what's going on.
Good God. You haven't used this very much, have you?
Well, do you know, we did start using it, but then your boss told us we were being contractual.
Oh, I suppose that's true, isn't it,
Yeah.
actually? Well, yeah.
He said we shouldn't quote clauses at him. Not a good idea.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you stick that back in the bottom drawer, right?
Okay, this
I'll tell you what, though, I do like a good bum fight at the end, don't you? Really love a good bum fight at the end.
Yeah, bit of one fight, yeah.
Because I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve there. Might need a bit of assistance there. We'll look at that. What do you think about that one? Oh, I like this one.
If you make a claim, we might not put you on the next tender list.
Oh, yes. But this is
Nice
my
one,
this
yeah.
is my
Oh, is that right?
favourite.
Excuse me, no, if I got
This
right.
is my favourite. Oh, look, I just have to play it. Where do I play it? Do I play it at the
You
beginning?
do want to work with us again, don't you?
Oh, we're threatening now, are we? Not just doing what we said. We'll just do what it says in that funny joint cobbled togethery contract, right? Don't you worry about a thing.
Yeah, the other thing is, you phoned me the other day, didn't you, about something? You wanted to tell me about something or other, some problem you had or something.
Oh, the problem, don't worry about that. I think that's sort of gone away. Don't you worry about a thing, mate.
Well, you know we don't like any surprises.
Yeah, but
You're not going to give me any surprises, are you?
we'll keep that one quiet. That'll come out a bit later. We might get some money out of that VO. Don't worry. No need to tell him about that. Be fine. No problem at all. Yes, all right. Don't worry. No, nothing serious. It's all gone. Gone away, mate. Don't worry.
All right, I've got another question, but have you updated the program recently?
Program.
Yeah, have you updated it?
Look,
You have got a program, haven't you?
look. We've got the program there, mate. We haven't needed to update it. What's the problem? We're still pretty much on time. What's your worry?
I'll tell you what the problem is. 3 years on, look, I'm still going for this, look. Who's this? Money for Nothing by Dire Straits for your claim.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I reckon, are you a magician?
What you got there?
Well, can you get on with that?
Yeah.
Can you tell me how that back of the cigarette packet's turned into this critical path analysis? How the hell did you do that?
Well, we've got a few guys that are pretty good on programs, actually, but we just try to keep them around the back office, actually.
I don't know what we're going to do with you, honestly.
Yeah, shocking. Anyway, where are those VOs? You thought that we just put a few VOs in? You haven't looked at those yet,
I
what?
told you I've been to a Wham concert, I've got my golf, I've been to Benidorm on
Yeah,
holiday.
but don't you think we should get them sorted out?
Let's leave them to the end. We always sort it out at the end, don't we, Kate?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to do, isn't it?
Hey, tell you what, shall we just have a bit of a chat down the front? Yeah.
Ooh. Well, we could do. I'll tell you what, though, I've got a little story to tell you first.
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Barry's on. Good job, Barry's on. Yeah, go on.
Do you know,
What's your story, mate?
I went down to the ICE the other day,
Yep.
civil engineers.
Yep.
Met an interesting guy in there called Barnes. Martin Barnes.
Yeah.
I suppose a bit James Bondy, so.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so he predicts in the future he's going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And, he's going to he's actually working on a former contract, a new engineering contract, that's going to include proactive management. Hey, what's not proactive? How will we do? We can all sort out the end, don't we?
I don't know what's management and what's what was that again?
Hey?
It's just not going to catch on, is it?
Well, I don't know. I think he might have had one or two
Do you
maybe
reckon-
down
do
the
you
bar at
reckon?
the ICE, I reckon.
He's obviously a bit optimistic. Should we go for those one or two and just have a bit of a chat about it just now?
Yeah, we should do.
Because I think it's about time we got out of here, really, to be honest.
It is,
What do you
really.
think, guys? I think it's about time to go. Cheers, guys.
I had no idea how that was going to go. That went better than I thought. Barry's gone to get changed and Richard hasn't.
What was that bit? I've got my best shirt on for the day, all right?
So just to recap, pre-NEC, 1985, very adversarial industry even. Contractor used to go in at a very cheap price and look to rip the employer off, maximise the potential of additional works in terms of variations. The employer would happily take the cheap price but then hire a few extra QSs to knock back anything that came over. Contractual wasn't exactly a constructive word, it was the complete opposite, it was a very dirty word, and the contract's left in the drawer. And it was only the QS who ever got it out, and only when there was a problem. So it was in their interest also to not let the other party know about potential problems and then try and maximise the potential. Some of you might say those were the days, weren't they? But I think most of us aren't particularly happy in that environment. So we've now got a much more definitive process with NEC to identify what is an extra and more definitive rules as to how they should be assessed. Contracts to be followed, not left in a drawer. Now, if a contractor fails to raise early warnings, they will be held to account in the form of either disallowed costs, depending which option you're working under, and or in the assessment of compensation events. Programs regularly revised and accepted, which forms an integral part of the contract, and changes agreed as you go, and time and cost are resolved as we go. So both parties should know where they stand. Or are we kidding ourselves? Well, I don't think we are. I still think we've got room for improvement, but as an industry, I think NEC has brought us on. And hopefully, the future bit we're going to be discussing today is it will continue to do so.